So what's practice been like this week for you?
Oh, dude, nothing's better than coming out to beautiful California and playing football with a bunch of really good college athletes. But, doing really well and getting really good feedback and playing the sport I love in front of a bunch of scouts is a really cool opportunity.
And what are some of the things you're trying to work on here against the competition you mentioned?
Yeah, just trying to show scouts, just kind of that toolbox and, show them what I have in my arsenal as a player, but also just the player I am. The passion that I have here and that I can't beat these high-level competitors out here and consistently do it. Just kind of really, start to separate myself and stand out.
Would you kind of go into finance, after football, or are you trying to go into coaching, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, in high school I didn't have a lot of avenues for success or how to do this whole Division I football, pro football thing. So my dad was that avenue for me, and get back into coaching, kind of giving that avenue for kids that somebody's been there and done that before, and kind of giving them a beacon, something I definitely would love to do, and also just helping players financially. This game has given a lot to people, and just talking to utilize what the game gave back to them to definitely help.
How do we use you in a scheme? What kind of role do you play in an NFL team?
Yeah, I've done everything in college. We were mostly personnel based, but I've done everything from defensive end in a 4-3 to but linebacker, defender, outside linebacker in a 3-4. I've been a quarter flat guy, I've been a quarter and a half, two flat man dropper. I've also compressed the edge. I've played everywhere in the D line from a 0 to a shade to a 3, 4-5, 6-9. Learn all those different positions, and like I said, all those coverages, being able to cook. Strong guy. I've done everything.
What kind of gets you amped up for you into rock?
No, it's just not music. You look at, you try to emulate players. You had your guy Baylor this year. Did a great job. We're coming off their edge, and when you had Von Miller and Chubb, they're passionate in their energy towards getting to the ball and that spring and that pop that they have, and it's a palpable feeling that your hair stands up on the back of your neck when you see them play and get to the ball, and try to emulate a lot of those great players that are successful in the game, and bring that into mind.
Is there, going to the NFL level, is there an offensive tackle that you're excited about matching up against, guy you want to beat, something like that?
Yeah, you look at those great offensive tackles like Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, O'Neal from the Giants. Those Hall of Fame guys that, the best what they do. Being a competitive guy and seeing, the absolute, stellar performance they put on year after year, and, not allowing any sacks for years, learning from them, competing against them, and hopefully being one of those guys that down the line, as I earn my stripes with the team, and try to contribute as much as I can on the team to beat them in the pass rush.
Is there a team you've talked to that you feel a particular connection with, that you really like, or you really buy into what they like?
We were a huge college football family growing up. So, my dad's from Minnesota, so he likes the Vikings, and we were, 3 hours away from Denver. So we had a ton of Broncos fans, and I, idolized Champ Bailey growing up, and watched Broncos a ton. And so I didn't really have an NFL team, but just talking to guys here and just kind of getting to know them better and their philosophy as a team, or the culture they have. Just trying to find the fit that's best for me, I guess. A lot of them have emulated really, really great cultures. That definitely has, rung a bell with me in the sense of coming in, getting under a vet's wing, learning how to be successful, and showing my passion for the game and how much I care to the coaches and players, and learning as much as I can, and being a sponge and showing them how much I care, and being a respected player. And as I get deeper into my years in the NFL, taking those nuggets from them, learning how to be these professional players that are the best in the world at what they do, that have families and jobs on the line. Like I said, showing them how much I care, and having my voice carry weight, when my time comes.
Is there something you like about Von Miller's game that you kind of take in and put into your own game?
Yeah, him being similar size to me, and like I said, emulating those great players with that pass towards the ball and how they play. Looking at his pass rush game and how doctorate level he is when dissecting, not only his own technique and how he pass rushes, but constantly improving and evolving himself. Definitely taking just a lot of his mentality, how he pass rushes, and how he plays the game, and trying, like I said, put it in mind. And he's an incredible player. He's a Hall of Fame player, so you can learn so much from him. And just how he plays the game is incredible to watch.
And then Von Miller, one of his biggest things that I hear mentioned all the time is mindset. Like, what kind of mindset do you put yourself into when you're about to play a game?
It's a legal street fight with refs stopping it, man. My mindset is I'm going to be the hardest working, toughest player out here, be the most violent, try to be around the ball the most to make the most plays. Know he's going to outwork me, know he's going to outplay me. That mindset of dominating every snap and trying to make as many plays as I can, no matter how many snaps I'm on the field for, and maximizing my potential in those snaps is something I want to do.
Is there someone in the Big Ten that you really respected that you played against in your career?
Yeah, Blake Corum, for the past couple of years, he's a phenomenal player, and he's definitely evolved as a running back to one of the best running backs in college football. Played against a great tight end, Jake Ferguson from Wisconsin. He was a great player and a great pass catcher and blocker, and you can see his success now. Petit Fier, the Ohio State lineman, he did a great job, and he's a highly touted offensive. I believe he's a guard now in the NFL, but did a really good job at Ohio State. Competing against those high-level guys, NFL guys in a week in the Big Ten, definitely helped my game improve and just learn more about how I can improve as a player.
So a guy like C.J. Stroud, right? Probably one of the top quarterback prospects. What can you tell me about playing against him?
He's, for how young he was when I did play him, he was so good and analytical about how he was a quarterback. As a young quarterback, it can be daunting back there leading just the team, the pressure you put on yourself. Performing well, doing well as a quarterback, at a highly touted university that he was at. He did a great job staying dissecting and dicing up defenses, and really smart with possession of football, where he put the ball and giving the ball to his really talented offensive weapons that surrounded him. He handled that pressure really well, and obviously has given him a lot of success in the years.
Did you ever go against Paris Johnson?
I believe so, I did, yeah.
How did that go?
Like I said, with that whole Ohio State offensive line, all those guys are NFL caliber guys, and them in Minnesota, Michigan, all those high-level tackles and offensive guards that you see playing on Sundays. It brought so many. You learn from your mistakes and your failures. Why didn't this rush work, or I could have put my hand better this way, or I set him up for this. I needed to do this. Just kind of learning from mistakes and rushing against those high-level guys that you see, during the season. Propelled me into the progression that you're constantly learning as a player, and how to get better and beat more guys. So going against them and and rushing against them and looking at your successes and failures, it helps you as a player evolve.
Are you doing squats these days?
Yeah.
How much are you squatting these days?
I think I squatted it was 585 twice.
Okay. And can you kind of tease for us your 40, or so many guys don't know yet, but
I'm not sure. My 10-yard split was a 159. That usually I heard it calculates to like a 4.6 40 or something like that. That 4.7, 4.6 40.
4.6 is a linebacker. Yeah. Okay. So you feel like you could be pretty versatile in that. You could put you kind of in a nickel situation. Have you rush the passer, but maybe in kind of like a base formation. Do you think you could kind of stand up and kind of play linebacker?
Yeah, that's what I did in Nebraska. Some snaps I was defensive end hand in the dirt. Being a true 5 technique, and other times I was just still 5 stand up. I could have dropped, cover 3, like quarter half, or like I said, 2 flat man. Or I could, have another snap rush a passer from standing up. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm a 2-point stance rush in the pass. So I'm finding a lot of success in that.
At Nebraska, did you guys run more of an odd front or even front?
We were odd last, so our defensive coordinator got fired. We were more of an odd front, 2 4 eyes and 0. And before he got fired, we had some odd front stuff and blitzes where they just wanted to switch where I was, a couple other guys, spot wise. But it was a lot. It was a lot even from when it was 11 personnel went to.
What's your biggest accomplishment as a player?
Probably the captain nomination that I got from the team. Winning games, getting accolades after the season is great and everything. That's what you work for, and it's great to have those goals. But evolving as a leader and doing everything correctly, and trying to give as much love and care and empathy for you guys, and trying to build that bond of camaraderie as much as you can with those guys in college that are going to be your best friends forever, and then them turning around and nominating you as their leader, as their captain, is one of the biggest honors I'll get in my life, and that means more than any other stat or title or accolade that I'll get.
Can you talk to me about Husker Nation, what it's like to play for? I mean, it's kind of a rural area. I mean, all things considered, but obviously a great college football draw. Yeah. Can you talk about Husker Nation too?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly a blessing. I'm so grateful for that. I was fortunate enough to go and play there and be from there. But it's truly a word I can use. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to go play college football. I mean, the people are beautiful. The state is beautiful. And, the feelings and how they view the Nebraska football team is beautiful. It's probably the best experience you've ever had in your life playing college football. I'm super grateful that I got that opportunity.
Playing in cold weather, I mean, obviously everyone's got to do it, right? What was it like playing in freezing cold Lincoln some Big Ten Saturdays?
I pride myself on being from West Nebraska. We played in native weather games, maybe 40-degree wind chill, and I love being the guy out there with my shirt off and loving every second.
What a difference today, though.
Yeah, no, that's why I love California. It's sweet to play football in, but going crazy and people are looking at me like I'm out of my mind. And, it's I pride myself on being that guy. Really bug me. Opponents see that your weather doesn't bug you. You're still hitting as hard as you can. It's a great feeling.
Can you talk to me about your relationship with Scott Frost?
Yeah, I mean, obviously him being from Nebraska and him being my head coach for a while, I defended him and did everything for him and laid my body and mind and spirit on the line for him to try to get him to his success and win games and have that legacy built for him and for the teams that we were on. And, we had a great relationship. He still talks to me this day, and he still reaches out and wishes me luck in my future. And, so yeah, I'm glad he's still coaching, doing what he's doing. And, but yeah, it was unfortunate that we couldn't get it done, but my relationship with him was solid.
Thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it.
So how do you think the game went?
We won, so it was a great feeling going home back on the flight. But yeah, it's really cool, being out here with all these guys and putting it all together to win. And so yeah, it was a great feeling doing it in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, and then what kind of momentum are you going to be bringing into from here into your draft training?
I mean, yeah, it's always nice to play football and win, and use these experiences and these other guys' stories and stuff to motivate myself and just keep being consistent, keep working hard as I can.
To be updated every time a new episode of the podcast drops, you can follow me at Football by Nico on Twitter. Thanks so much for listening.